Over the last several weeks of the month of July, Reuters has been conducting a poll. That poll was conducted among economists, data specialists, Nobel laureates, and all kinds of people who deal with statistics from the federal government as part of their daily jobs. And according to the 100 people that Reuters talked to for this poll, again conducted over several weeks, 89 out of 100 of them, so 89%, were concerned about the quality of official U.S. economic data. 41 said that they were very concerned. But 89% say we are concerned about the quality of data coming out of the Trump administration. Let me explain to you what that means. These economists, Nobel laureates, data specialists, everybody, they weren't talking about how bad the data was that just came out. They're actually talking about the exact opposite. They're talking about how bad it is that data is, of course, not coming out. Second quarter of the year ended at the end of June. We are now just a couple days away from the end of July. Where's our reports? Where's our second quarter data? Because that second quarter data, depending on how bad it is, if it shows another quarter of negative GDP, we're officially in a recession. That data should have been out by now, but it's not. And that's what these economists are talking about. They know that this administration is intentionally missing data deadlines that every other administration prior to them has clearly met, easily met. Yes, there have been revisions sometimes because they get data out hastily, but they've met the deadlines. The Trump administration is not doing that. In other words, 89% of these very smart people who do this for a living are telling us this administration is hiding the data and most likely altering it to make them look better. MSNBC's Steve Bannon wrote in an article earlier this month, he said that the prospect of corruption and political mischief interfering with the federal statistics under Trump is also worth keeping in mind. Perhaps Donald Trump, the argument goes, might use his influence to tell the Labor Department to manipulate the data and deceive the public. There's been no evidence of statistics being altered to fit a political narrative so far, however. Go ahead and argue that point there with you, Steve. Back in March, in fact, on March 2nd, as it were, Howard Lutnick actually came out in an interview and said, we're going to change the way, or at least we want to change the way that we calculate GDP. We want to take out the government spending part of it, right? Because if government spending shrinks, that would mean the GDP would go down, right? Oh, and we don't want to show that, even though the U.S. government is the largest spender in the country, and they support millions and millions of jobs, even many more millions through the, indirect jobs. But they want to take that out because they want to shrink government spending, and that would shrink GDP. So this administration, Howard Lutnick, March 2nd, by the way, they've already admitted we're going to cook the books. We're going to change the way you get the data. We're going to change the way we calculate the data in a way that's more favorable to us. Now, I guess technically to Bannon's point, has it happened yet? We don't know. But we can't say that it hasn't happened either. So it's one of those, kind of, is the cat in the box alive or is the cat dead? We don't know until we open the box. But the Republicans, Donald Trump, is not giving us the box to open it up, so we don't know if they've cooked the data or we don't know if the data is what it is, because they're not even giving us the data. And if they're not giving it to us, you can probably go ahead and assume that it's pretty bad, and they're trying to figure out a way to spin it before we see it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.